checking in for the new moon coming up on June 14th. I have a very cool little ritual exercise for you guys, but I wanted to just check in a little bit, see how everyone's doing. If we haven't met yet, I'm Jennifer Juniper and I'm here for your call to adventure. I run Majestic Hudson, and you can go visit that at majestichudson.com. We have a local sanctuary, but we're also starting to do more things online. So if you follow along a little bit now, here today, we will also probably have a live on Sunday, the actual 14th, and I'd love you guys to share along or join me for a little bit. So let's talk about this. So we are in some really great times right now. Personally, I'm super jazzed because June is my month. The end of the month is my solar return. And I have very much feeling that whole shift in cycle, the Chiron finally being out of our zone and giving us a little bit of strength to open ourselves up to all new things of abundance, like finances, love, you name it. All those types of things are rippling through our spheres. So I do think because we've been in a weird kind of place for a long time, we have to get a little bit of creative in terms of how we want to manifest. So of course, the first thing I thought of was the myths and fairy tales and all that kind of stuff. I just really love folklore, all those things. So I pulled out my Campbell book. Where is he? Hold on a second, please. Power of Myth, really great book. Put it on my resource list. By the way, you can follow us everywhere. Please subscribe if you want to. I really appreciate it. It does help in so many ways. And sometimes I give away free stuff. So that's really cool. In fact, you know what? If you want to comment down below, first, let's say 5. 5's my number anyway. So let's say the first 5 people to comment below. If you're in the United States, I will send you a personal ritual candle that I made myself. So you have to subscribe, tell a couple friends, and you must comment below. So I really appreciate that. So I read the first page of this book. I just opened it up, right? Myth and the Modern World. Haven't opened it for some time. This book is really old. I mean, I love when I pull out these old books off my shelf because it reminds me of how long I've been into all this stuff. It's like eons, years and years and years and all these things. Just follow me here first because I tend to jump around and I literally have had 4 shots of espresso so far this morning. Let's get into it, okay? So the myth in the modern world. So this entire book is most of it is a conversation between Joseph Campbell and the narrator. And so the narrator asks, why myths? Why should we care about myths? What do they have to do with my life? And Joseph Campbell said, my first response would be, go on, live your life. It's a good life. You don't need mythology. I don't believe in being interested in the subject just because it's said to be important. I believe in being caught by it somehow or another, but you may find that with proper introduction, mythology will catch you. And so what can it do for you if it does catch you? So this is kind of cool. So follow along a little bit, guys. I have a cool exercise for you. But since it's the beginning of so many things, beginning of a new cycle, it's Gemini season, right? So it's all about the mind and air and how we're pulling ourselves together. It is, astrology-wise, supposed to be the luckiest time of the year. So the luckiest new moon, no less. So it is important to manifest. So let's start from the beginning. So I personally have been thinking about swords. And this is the Ace of Swords from the Tarot deck, which, by the way, if you're in New York, oh my God, it's all over New York. So I'm taking a few field trips to About Morganite Library and the Metropolitan Museum of Art to see some of these in the flesh. I've seen them before, but it's very exciting. But the Ace of Swords is all about clarity. It's all about truth. It's all about strength. It's about determination. It's breakthrough. It's insights. And it does correlate with the sign of Gemini and air and all those types of things. So it's that mental stability. It's cutting through old patterns, dogmas, you name it. It's rebuilding on a cellular level is the way I think of it. But for me, talking about myths, talking about swords, I think it's important that we dive a little deeper into our unconscious and we think about our unconscious desires and, you know, where we want to be in our life and what is our plane? Where are we moving forward? Where are we moving behind? Like, let's just shape shift a little bit here. So here's my exercise for the new moon, okay? I'm going to ask you guys to First of all, so this is for June 14th. So you could work on this now, and then I'll do a little live at some point on June 14th. I'll announce that later, okay? But what I want you to do is, first thing is prepare your space totally, find something comfy, burn your candle, drink your tea, take a cool shower, get your cozy blanket, whatever you may be. So prepare yourself so that you feel really, really like jazzed and comfortable and safe. Let's put it that way. You're going to center yourself. So a little bit of meditation, something like that. Just get the mind feeling very clear, right? Then you're going to start to visualize the things you want. So that could be, you know, rolling in abundance or love or whatever it may be, whatever you want to. I don't need to speak for you, but you basically decide what you would like. And then what I'm going to have you do is I want you to write your own myth. I want you to be the main character in your own story, whatever that may be. It doesn't have to be a long story. It could be just 2 paragraphs. If you want to, please share them with me. That would be amazing. In any event, take it for what it will. If you want to talk a little bit, think more about this Ace of Swords, because it's new beginnings. You can also order a book. This is actually our book that we wrote and designed ourselves. The Fool's Journey begins, Journey with Tarot, a majestic path to enlightenment and divination. So this is a great workbook for all sorts of ways to learn tarot, which is kind of another theme I've got going on. But it got me thinking about swords, and it got me thinking about King Arthur and Guinevere and Excalibur and all those types of things, right? I'm sure some of you guys know that story. If you don't, you could look it up. But what I found out was that Excalibur was actually not pulled out of the stone, like everybody says. Excalibur, the sword, was given to King Arthur by the Lady of the Lake. So let me tell you a little bit about her, because she sounds, for all my ladies out there, she sounds a lot like us. So we should relate a little bit. Let me go on here. So the Lady of the Lake, she was obviously a powerful enchantress, part of this Arthurian, not Arthurian, you know what I mean, King Arthur's domain, his legends. And she was known, her name was Vivienne or Nimue. She lives in a magical realm beneath the waters of Avalon. So another one of these like really cool mermaid type of ladies. Definitely we'd be friends. There's a great story about her, a long Tennyson poem, and I'm going to read you an excerpt from that. And near him stood the Lady of the Lake, who knows a subtler magic than his own. Clothed in white samite, mystic, wonderful, she gave the king his huge cross-hilt sword, whereby to drive the heathen out. A mist of incense curled around her. Her face well nigh was hidden in the minister gloom, but there was heard among the holy hymns a voice as of the waters, for she dwells deep down in the calm. Whatsoever storms that may shake the world, when the surface rolls, have power to walk the waters like our Lord. So yeah, basically like some really cool, like mystical goddess mermaid chick had a cool sword and gave it to King Arthur. That's a myth. Here we go. We're going to sit down and you're going to visualize what you want, and you're going to write it in a story or a myth form. So again, your new moon ritual, which hopefully we'll all share together, is this. Set your tone, set your space, find yourself being really calm, start to think about what you want to manifest. And then from there, I want you to write a short myth that helps guide you in your own way, with your own blessings and your own power and everything that goes along with it. Gemini season, luckiest new moon of the year. You got to take advantage of it. So another little fun fact. We're talking about About Morgan, and I do love this stone, Morganite. It's like a pink beryl. It is one of my favorites. Oh my God, guys, look at this cloud coming up right now. Awesome. Anyway, I digress. Morganite, a pink, beautiful pink beryl color. I do love, this is a stone of like divine relationships of many ways. This is one of my favorite stones, more so than like rose quartz. Morganite, Hiddenite, two of my like wonderful favorite relational stones to all types of relationships. So there was a guy named George Kuntz. He was a mineralogist, and he wanted to honor Pierpont Morgan, the great New York financier by naming the stone after him when it was actually discovered in Madagascar around 1910. So how cool. Maybe somebody will name a stone after me sometimes. Anyway, Morganite, a beautiful stone of divine connection of all levels. So actually, I'm going to add something new. In your myth, if you want, whatever wonderful spiritual tool you come up with, whether it's a sword or something else, have it be made out of Morganite. So look up your own description of Morganite, whatever you want to do, and make sure that there's some Morganite in your little myth. And I want to hear about it. I'm going to write my own. I'll probably put it on my Substack or something like that. And follow along. Please follow along, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And I'm Jennifer Juniper. I'm here for your call to adventure. It's the new moon in Gemini, and you should manifest whatever the heck you want. Let's do it. Okay? Love you guys. Bye.